Hello, friends, and welcome to another exciting episode of the Cinemondo podcast with Kathy, Mark, and Burk.
We're so excited.
You know, I got to say, I got to shout out. I love your openings, Burk. Our show, I think these openings are great.
Yeah,
and
they're the
I
best.
just want to, I love watching them every time. Which one is it, the one with the Cyclops? Is it the one showing stuff in Hollywood? So anyway, just a shout out.
More of those.
I know. I want people to know they are all different. If you pay really close attention, you'll see different movies and stuff in there. And I know I'm super spazzy in them, but that's sort of the charm.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And of course, we loved Kathy. I have to give a shout out to you because of your little Natu dance made it to the HSA Awards, and that was impressive.
My dreams finally came true. I got to be part of the Hollywood Critics Association Awards. I know that was surreal.
And you're a better dancer than you let out.
That is the only dance I think I've ever done in my entire life.
No.
That's pretty much it. They had a bunch of clips of people from YouTube and TikTok who had posted videos of them dancing the Natu dance.
Yeah.
They were really good. These people were good because I'm gonna give it myself I think I was one of the first people in America to actually do that because we saw that movie on opening weekend. We came out and I did it from memory, just spontaneously after the movie. Didn't get to study it. Didn't know what I was looking for. 3 hours later, I came out and tried to do it. So everyone else gets to study the film on Netflix and figure out the moves, which I did not. So
Kathy,
that's my caveat for being such a bad dancer.
Well, I would say maybe you were the first person in the United States to do that dance because we saw it opening day or opening weekend anyway.
Yeah.
Way before it turned into this worldwide thing.
This viral Natu dance. Like I didn't know this was going to be a thing. I mean, when I saw that sequence, I'm like, oh my God, I've never seen anything like this. It's spectacular. It blew me away. And then I just wanted to do it, when you came out, but I didn't know it was going to be in a big
And actually it shows Kathy dancing, but actually at the time, Mark and I were on either side of her doing the dance like perfectly.
They were looking at me like I was crazy.
No, Mark and I were looking at each other like we were in love. And the whole thing, just like
and we had suspenders.
They cut us out.
They cut you out. It's so sad. I think it's
I was riding around on Mark's shoulders in the parking lot, and
how about that time, Burk? That time you went to LA Zoo and you went over into the tiger cage and you went right up to the tiger, screaming into it. Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Nobody talks about that.
I had no idea who did it or why they did it, but it was actually quite very, very cool. And I loved being part of it because I feel like now I'm kind of in a way historically linked to this movie, which I really enjoyed.
Well, I'll age myself here, but certainly we are definitely Gladys Knight and the Pips here, no doubt about it. We're the Burk and I are the Pips.
You're just Pips. We're gonna start calling it Cinemondo, Kathy and the Pips.
Kathy and the Pips.
It's only because I tend to have more free time on my hands, so I'm always doing videos, so I look like I'm in charge. This is how it's turning out. I say free time.
Let's get to our movie. Well, shall we?
Okay, enough of that jabber.
No, that was fun. I love jabbering. This is a film from Jibber Jabber. Z Studios, Z5, the big streaming service.
Yeah.
A film. It's a Hindi language film. Yep. That's coming out March 17th. And it's called Mrs. Chatterjee versus Norway. So this looks like a drama about a woman who loses her child somehow to the authorities in Norway in her fight to get that child back. That's my That's my thumbnail.
Go to sleep over here.
Well, I will say I think it's interesting when there's a clash of sort of cultures, Norway and India. That might be kind of interesting to see.
That might be kind of interesting.
And it's something that
If it's
we
a
try to do
well-made
all
film, you know,
films.
And
Yes,
and it's based on a
yeah.
true story, and this is the kind of immigration shit a lot of people have to put up with, and it's probably important to see it.
Yeah, immigration stuff can be pretty harrowing and
Missing
depressing
those in the
and
movie.
overwhelming sometimes. And
Yes,
especially
definitely.
I can't even imagine if you have kids and you have to deal with immigration with kids and all that stuff.
Right.
Not imagine.
But
So
some people go through a lot to
Yeah.
go to different countries.
it's a very good cast, and it's directed by Ashima Chibbe. So it looks, we'll take a look at the trailer, and we'll give our thoughts afterward.
And action.
আমি দেবিকা আর এ আমার হাজবেন্ড মিস্টার চ্যাটার্জি এ काम करता है नॉर्वे में ये मेरा दोनों बच्चा लोग हैं शो और शुचि छोटी छोटी खुशियां चुनो ओ शुभ शुभ हम अपना प्यारा कोलकाता छोड़ के नॉर्वे में अपना नया दुनिया बनाया पर उस दिन इन लोगों ने हमारा दुनिया छीन लिया
वेलफेयर ने ये पाया है कि आप अपने बच्चों की देखभाल सही से नहीं कर पा रहे। What? आपके बच्चों की कस्टडी अब हमारे पास है। क्या बोल रहे हैं?
मेरा बच्चा ब्रेस्ट फीडिंग पे है प्लीज मेरा बच्चा वापस दे दो
Wilfred has picked up the children without informing the parents.
This couple here have been investigated for 10 weeks.
Cultural differences को लेके इन्होंने तो केस बना दिया आप पे। बच्चों को हाथ से खाना खिलाते हो, साथ सुलाते हो, माथे पे टीके लगाते हो। वो इनका तो ये कहना है कि
Mrs. Chatterjee has an unstable mind. This court rejects Mrs. Chatterjee's petition. No. Both children will be wards of the state till they are 18 years old. बच्चों की आड़ में बिजनेस चला रहे हैं ये लोग जितने बच्चे ये फॉस्टर सिस्टम में डालते हैं ना उतने ही पैसे मिलते हैं सबको
दोनों बच्चा चाहिए तुम्हें कोई आइडिया भी है इस मैटर से मेरे सिटीजनशिप एप्लीकेशन में क्या असर पड़ेगा
तुम्हें तुम्हारे सिटीजनशिप से अलावा और कुछ दिखता है क्या
मैं जानू मैं रूह यारू मैं जान
I don't need my children, sir. I die, sir. Without my children, I die.
ये फैमिली मैटर
नहीं, ये देश का मैटर है। इनको लगता है कि हमारा भिखारी देश है। नो कल्चर। जिस जगह हमको न्याय मिलेगा, दुनिया का कोई भी जगह। वहाँ जाके हम लड़ूंगा।
पूछो ये माँ के दिल से
देविका जी आप कुछ कहना चाहेंगे
हम अच्छा माँ है बुरा माँ है पता नहीं पर माँ हूँ सर
All right. So
Well,
that was,
yeah.
First of all, they made it look way too happy and beautiful and everything's lovely in the beginning. So I don't quite understand anywhere why that would, like, they should have shown something that was either misunderstood or something. Like, I don't understand
Like a
what
reason
happened.
for it rather than
Yes.
just evil people. Like,
exactly.
you feel like
That's
the bad people, or that woman, the sort of Norwegian looking woman,
Yeah.
was just
Yeah.
so evil looking.
Yeah.
She looked
She
like
was
the
not
bad
good.
witch in Harry Potter, like
She did. And,
You know?
and it's based on a true story. And I know that I think in the true story there was a huge legal battle for this and it took years. But I'm like, but why? Like I just wanted a
what's the
little bit more
reason?
of a
Yeah.
clue what happened here.
And of
It
course,
just seems
based on a
really
true
weird.
story is
Yeah.
just based on a true story. So where does the
Right.
embellishment take over? What are the characters really like? How did it really go down? Was that woman really looking like that? Or was she more of a caring person and trying to be a little more balanced about why they think the children should be taken away from them?
Yeah.
So
I mean,
you don't get that in the trailer at all. You get it full good guys, bad guys, pretty stark.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah, hopefully there's more depth to the movie than the trailer gives us, because otherwise it really does kind of seem like villains and
that kind of stuff does happen, but they usually there's good reasons for that. Like, if the parents are really, unstable, and maybe it's just not
or
shown
something gives the appearance of unstable.
Yeah.
What I think about is the story of an American actress named Frances Farmer, who was, by today's standards, a pretty normal woman.
Mhm.
But back in the old days, it depends on the culture. And I think cultural differences and differences in the norms of the time, like, when Frances Farmer was an actress, women did not do certain things, and she did those things. And so people were like, okay, she's unstable.
Right.
And the judgment of unstable, it can vary between cultures. And if somebody, especially when people get real weird about how people raise their children, some people are like, that is not a proper way to raise children.
Totally. I mean,
And-
we have our own government trying to make laws to, do that.
Yeah.
That kind of government mandating for kids.
Yeah.
Right.
So
which is really shitty. All I can think of is maybe there's sort of, and you have to go to religion sometimes, that maybe there was a religious aspect that the neighbors or whoever was reporting her didn't agree with, and that she thought was evil or satanic or something. Not satanic, but something wrong.
doing their rituals, they're like, they maybe have a statue of Ganesh or something, and the neighbors are like, that's
like,
looks
"What
like a
is that?"
devil, or
So
that would have
very
been
well be that. A culture clash lawsuit, basically.
Right.
So that's that looked really sad. I mean,
I think again, if there's nuance to it and you don't see the nuance in the trailer, then maybe it's in the film. But in the trailer, there's no nuance. It's very stark, and like, she's just getting this raw deal, and her kids are basically stolen from her, and that's that's not cool. But whatever.
Not cool, people. Not cool. And I'm not speaking for my people, because I'm Norway, a lot of Norwegian blood in me, and my name is Norwegian, and I'm sorry. That's just what it is.
You are one of those cold, heartless witch type characters. Yeah.
I know. I sounded kind of like that, where I'm like, I don't give a shit about swimming or kids. Oh wait, this sounded very Norwegian, didn't I? Except that kind of Norwegian is like, they cared way too much about her kids, and they shouldn't have. There's butt out, because it seems like it's a cultural problem.
Yeah. Unless,
especially there's that little snotty look
kind of
school.
Yeah.
There's that kind of like, do you see what she's doing with her kids? She's got weird clothes. I mean,
right.
Here we go. Yeah.
Right. Any posters for this one, or are they sort of
we have one.
Yeah.
All right. So here, oops. Okay, so here's the poster, and it looks almost more action-like. Like, she's got like this very westernized jacket on, which in the trailer they kind of concentrate a lot on her, traditional beautiful wardrobe. But it looks like she's on the run or something with them. But she's like at an airport,
guy with a gun in the foreground.
Yeah, like what?
Definitely more action. Definitely more actiony. And I thought, I saw the poster earlier, said, "Oh, this is some sort of like Liam Neeson type movie." But no. So
it's kind of like the Liam Neeson part at the beginning, where he's really happy hanging out with his daughter and everything's super groovy and it's great, and then it turns into this, because she gets stolen or taken.
And if this had the guy doing the voiceover, it would be, they took away her life. One woman fights against a nation.
It's a woman's fight against a nation. It's like, can you tell? There's a big fight in an airport, I guess, apparently. So
it's interesting to see that gun there, right by the title. Is like, whoa, okay.
And it's interesting too, because he's super blurry, but they made this gun super sharp and it's not moving. And then it's also so much so that the type is overlaid on it and hard to read. Like, this is the kind of shit where I'm like, tangencies.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Tangent.
If they'd taken that Z Studios thing, they should have put it like somewhere else, maybe underneath or something, because it's totally interfering. But
off even the left side, there seems like a character that's like cut in half, which is that kind of weird. Like, is
that the dad who's just kind of only halfway there? He's got on working too much, that usual shit.
The security guy looks like he's moving in on her, but his gun is unblurred.
Yeah, right. The gun does not move, but the guy does.
Yeah.
So it's an action poster. They're definitely selling it like it's a big action thing, but it did not look like an action thing.
No,
it looked like courtroom drama. Yeah,
courtroom drama for sure.
Yeah, there it is. All right. Hope she gets her kids back. I have no idea.
Yeah, well, it's on cinemas March 17th and eventually come to Z5. So eventually, if we're interested in seeing it, we can. But there's so many movies to see, so many shows to watch.
Yeah, this ain't my cup of tea.
We can't pick everyone, but we gave our reaction to a trailer, and that's our job.
It looks well acted, well produced. All that money's on screen. That's right.
Well, when it first started, I thought, this looks like an interesting idea. Somebody moving to a new country. That
I love that
in itself can be almost like a horror film.
Yeah, true.
I know people who have moved from one country to a radically different country. My wife is a good example.
That's
and
true.
she tells me these stories about when she moved here from Thailand to Los Angeles, California. Can you imagine? And had to find an apartment. She had to buy a car. She had to learn the language. She had to find a job. That's that kind of thing is interesting in itself.
Yeah, it is. So there you go. That's our that was our reaction cold on this trailer. We didn't know much about it except the very basics that Mark talked about, and so we have no idea how it turned out. If you guys know, did this poor woman get her kids back? I don't know.
And let us know if you've seen it and and it is good, and we're being unfair. Let us know. Tell us
we can be wrong.
Watch the movie. The trailer isn't fair.
We're usually not wrong, but sometimes we are.
Once in a while.
All right,
everybody. Take care. See you soon.